Good evening, good evening. It's the world famous Turf Talk right here, man. Each and every week we try to provide some of that special. I'm your host, T. Smith, also known as Trey, with my two main guys, the guys that I learned from, the guys that mentor me in this game right here, right now on Turf Talk. Coach G and Coach Jackson, how you guys doing this morning? This afternoon, I'm sorry. This afternoon. I'm off that coach that juice. Coach Jackson, how you doing?
Man, it's your boy Coach Dan, ready to get it in. About to talk a little football. You know what I'm talking about.
I like that. We and Coach G was like, hey, Coach Dennis, energy been up. I like that. You make everything run like that. Coach G, how you doing?
Man, I'm above ground, so I'm blessed, man. Just stay in the cut like peroxide. You know how it go.
That's how we gotta get you tuned up, get them quotes in today. Coach, as we usually check in with the Duffel Bag Boys, Coach G is the coach of the 9U OG Ducks out there in Corona, #1 team in the nation. And we said it and we say it over and over each weekend. Coach G, how's it going out there with the young men?
Man, it's been a blessing. This week we head down to beautiful Moreno Valley, where we plan on giving the Monarchs of Oceanside a sneak peek of the best 9U show on turf. And much love and respect to Coach JB for giving these young Monarchs a home. You know, he's an elite character, and he's been giving back to the city of Oceanside. So we're gonna lock horns out there in Moreno Valley and give them a show.
The 9U greatest show on turf. I like that a lot. Right. Shout out to Ozzie King. That was one of my roommates at San Diego State from the Rams. Coach Jackson, Coach Dennis. I always say Coach Jackson. That's just how I know him, everybody. But we go by Coach Dennis. Coach Dennis, how's it down at the football factory? I think you guys got bye week this week. I seen you guys were trying to schedule a game. How's everything going?
Yeah, well, we just come off a big win against Poly, and this week we got a bye. We're still looking for a game. If we can get a game, anybody out there hear me right now? If y'all want to get a game this week against us, man, we ready. Centennial. But yeah, we looking for a game, and then my JV squad, we going against Bosco this week. So this Thursday at Bosco, man, if y'all want to come see a entertaining game, we undefeated, they undefeated.
Okay, that's a game. I might pull up at that one. That's definitely a game. Anytime you can see, all the young talent. Hey, today's a special show like we always got, man. Last week we was blessed to have Deshaun Jackson. The week before, Derek Ward, Super Bowl champ for the Giants. Hey, this week it was only right we did it like this. A big game against Washington State. The young men was balled out. USC is doing their thing, and it's just nothing but high praises going along. We got the one and only the Drake Jackson, and the one and only #1 dude out there, GB. What's up, fellas?
What's up? How you doing?
It's always a pleasure, man. I've been watching y'all since y'all was back in high school. So it's definitely, I got to see y'all growth and everything. So, what I'm saying? I ain't fans of too many young men, but I'm a fan of both of y'all. So, hey, talk to us a little bit about, like where you guys at now, how you feeling health-wise, and how's the spirits going right now?
I feel good. The spirits is high, obviously Coach Helton got fired, but everything else is on track. The team gonna be doing good. Me personally, I feel good, ready to go in this week, play Oregon State. So
okay. How you doing, Drake? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good too, man. Body feeling well after that win. Just ready to get after the next quarterback, man.
Okay.
Just eager.
Quarterback killer right there.
Yeah.
All right, Coach G, you want to kick it off? Because I got my stuff lined up. Well, Coach G, which direction you want to go? Go ahead and kick it off for me.
Parts to the game. Well, first I want to commend both of you young men for being on here. If you guys don't know, Bryant Jr. is my son, and Drake is like my nephew. And one thing I will say about these two young men is the work ethic, and they never give up. They never make excuses. Like we always say, excuses for losers. And there's a saying out there that says that if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving. And I think these two young men, they set the bar for that because they always keep going and they never make excuses. Gary would come out here on his days off and run heels with me. Drake will be in the lab or on the both Gary and Drake will be with Coach Dennis. They never stop. And they say, Scar, this is mere proof that all stars don't shine in the sky. These two young men are stars in their own right. And I just want to say I love both of you guys and continue doing what you're doing. And it's not all about just you guys, because people are looking up to you guys for real.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Definitely. Definitely. Coach Jackson, you want to touch in a little bit before I get in there? You muted, Coach. Coach, giving us an earful. There you go.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, man. I explained to both of them guys because I got an opportunity to go to Washington. I just explained to both of them how proud I am of them, man, and how great they make me feel as their trainer and coach. You know what I mean? Coaching them in high school and then being able to train them on the side. They just made me like a proud papa. I feel like a proud papa for both of them. You know what I mean? I've been telling GB his time is coming, you know what I mean? And he went out there and showed out, man. So again, man, I'm fired up for both of you guys and super happy, man. I know Drake been wanting to get a lion sack like that for a long time. And I was like, I just want to know how that felt, man. I was sitting in the end zone and I'm like, man, it was like slow motion for me. How'd that feel, man?
Man, it felt like slow motion for me too, honestly. Getting off the ball just felt like I knew I was going to make that play. They always have the defense is always counting on me to do something, and I'm always just doing it, So I line up and I just know I'm finna make a play, and I beat the tackle and everything just slowed down. And I knew I could have hit him any type of way, but I knew the best way, the best playmaker way was to get the ball out. So. And I had to get there before he threw the ball, so I had to give my body. So I dove and got the ball out, and we got the recovery, and it just makes it all the work that I put in the dark come to light, make it feel good.
Yeah, and GB, I'm gonna get with you since we're just talking to Drake right now. I talk to your dad all the time, Drake, and I'm a Bronco fan first of all. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind. Hey, I ain't mind neither one of y'all going to the Broncos. But I told your dad, like, you remind me of Von Miller. You just a longer version, and the way that you hit that quarterback at Washington State, that was the exact way that Von Miller hit Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have those tendencies already. I don't know if people told you, like, you got that Derek Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just you have a long body, you're longer than them, but you have that same like characteristic as just to attack the edge. And like I said, I watch everything y'all do, man, and definitely a big fan because y'all mentored my son and the high school, out there at the football factory. GB, I'm proud of you, man. I'm gonna tell you, look, I've been calling your name since that UCLA game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this. If you didn't run that ball back, what happened this year was gonna happen last year. It was somebody was gonna get fired if UCLA lost last year to USC. So I don't need no comment from you. I'm just letting you know that's what I said last year. So you saved a lot of jobs last year. So I think football is a way people pay you back in certain accolades, and they owed you that. You know what I'm saying? Because you saved a lot of people's jobs. Because if UCLA win last year, man, it was a wrap. It was a chicken wrap. It was a done wrap for everybody. But, man, we proud of you. I want to talk to you a little bit about how you felt getting in the game healthy. I know you missed the first game. I seen you dancing on the sideline of San Jose State like you wanted to get in the game, couldn't control yourself. But when you got in that Washington State game, did you know that moment was coming? Did you know everything that you built up for? You was about to release it out there? And just talk a little bit about being in that game and being as explosive as you were.
Yeah, I thank you for having me on the show, man. But leading up to the game, I mean, I at the quarantine, obviously, sit down, so that really got me to focus on my mental. So when I came in, I was just want to make all my plays. I practiced, just make all my plays. So that's just been my main focus, taking it day by day. But when we got to Washington State, it was, I don't know. I mean, when they caught the play in my head, I'm like, I got to make my plays. So that's just been my mentality this whole week. But when he caught the play, I ran the right route. Moved to safety, I was open, just made the play. But it felt great to be out there healthy, though, man. It felt good.
Now, was the ball scheduled to go to you, or it was just like it was just part of the play? Because I seen. Go ahead.
Yeah, it could have went either way. I'm the second read in it.
Okay.
He looks at the X first. That's his first read. I was the second read.
that was just me picking your brain, man. I ain't trying to get too much into the information. I just want to know because I seen Jeff Johnson, Coach Jeff, one of your coaches. He had a slow play on his Instagram. He was like, a lot of people don't know what he did on this play, but he broke down 3 different things that you did that the average person might not know. How you sold this, sold that, pushed the safety, you know. So you know what I'm saying. A lot of people watching you, man, look up to both of y'all, and definitely making the city of Los Angeles and Corona Centennial family proud of you guys. Coach G.
You know, for both of you guys, I got you know, I got my own analysis the way I broke the game down. But then I'm gonna have a question for you from what I seen. You know, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there. I got to see everything on TV. But again, like a bad transmission, we couldn't get in the gear. They couldn't. USC couldn't get a rhythm with the pass game, and the run game was like Saddam Hussein's weapons of mass destruction. It just wasn't there. The chaser was Keaton Slovis. He went down like 4 flats and was out for the rest of the game. Now with 38 seconds left, 4th and 9, the score was 14-0 Washington, and they USC had the ball at 38. Head coach intern Dante Williams called a timeout, and for what I seen, it looked like a come to Jesus session. And I would have to say this: the Lord Jesus, he had good reception because he answered, because freshman quarterback connected with GB1 with a beautiful dart pass as GB1 was able to get behind the Cougars defense. Now, this to me was the spark of the game. It united the engine that needs to be going. Later on, at halftime, they had a fumble recovery, and then Dart actually hit Drake London with another pass. Yeah. But and then GB1 got another a swing pass, which put us ahead, 21-14. But the nail in the coffin was Drake Jackson's sack on the quarterback. That right there, that took the air out of them, and that's when the game went forward. Now, I want to ask you guys something. With all this adversity going on, with you guys losing your head coach, do you see the steam is kind of lowering, or do you guys see yourself coming together and collectively doing this and winning?
Yeah, no, I definitely see the team coming together. Dante's the head coach, and everybody just got to buy into what he wants, and that's just a structure. Whether that's school, taking it day by day, as we said earlier, it's just want to know every day. So just taking that mentality, that mindset, knowing that even if you do lose, you got to take a win too. So no, we'll be good.
Right.
What I got to say about that is, even with Coach Helton, he used to preach that it's a next man up mentality. So even with him leaving, there's always going to be a next man up, and that's who we got to rock with. So now that being Dante, we pretty much we gonna rock the boat with whoever. So now it's Dante. We riding for him. So it didn't really matter who it was. I think us as a team, we're gonna attack at all times for whoever. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Coach Jackson, you want to touch bases before I jump in?
Yeah, I know Dante said something that Drake said in an interview. He said he ain't rocking for the coach, he rocking for the team, man. And that's another thing. I through that whole time that we were down by 14, I just seen the energy on the field. Like it wasn't no letdown, you know what I mean? And they still had that energy. And for us to go for it on 4th and 9, man, it just shows a different mindset in the team. So I really feel like, man, we gonna go somewhere with this right now. So that's another question I have for you guys too. How do you got? I mean, with this next game, I just say take it game by game, you know. But you know, how you guys feel about this week?
I feel good about this week, man. Coming off the win, like I said, it's just giving us more momentum. And even though Dante had gave us, he said that their quarter system, Oregon State's on quarter system, so that they haven't started school yet, so they're going to be prepared for us. So that just makes me want to go even more because they're going to be prepared for us. So I know that I got to get on my bargain and I got to do what I got to do just in order to be at the right level with them. And I want to be able to excel. So I'm always going to take the next step to do what I have to do to be better than anybody else on the field.
Yep.
That's the killer mentality. I got a couple questions, man. I want to take it a little back. Now, I want to be specific with you guys. I don't want you guys to get into any specifics. I'm just asking about the mentality where you was at. So I want to take it back, to when we found out about Clay Helton getting let go or whatnot. And it happens in football. We all know this. It's professional. I mean, it's nothing like this or that. It's something that happens. It's a high turnover ratio in football. When he got let go, in your mind, like the mentality is like, because I'm a big football fan. Your dad's is a big football fan. That usually don't happen in the second week of college football. So that tells me there was, in my own opinion, there was issues there prior or whatever. But my question is, how was the mentality? Did it take you like 24 to 48 hours to bounce, like shake it off? Like, did that just really happen? Or like, how was the mentality and how did you guys bounce back? Did you guys just did you guys bounce back in different ways, come together with your coach, with your position coach, or did you call your pops? I'm just trying to figure out the mentality, like, how did you shake it off?
And so it all happened all in one day. So we came to a meeting and then he told us that he was let off. And then, so we had practice that day and he asked us, are we okay to practice? And then that's when we came all together and we said, things like this gonna happen. We're gonna take a hit like this, but we can't let this affect us because people gonna still be at our necks just how they were, regardless of us losing a coach or not. So we sat down in that meeting. Okay. Took us about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to collect ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we were back into it.
Okay.
Like, gotta get back into it. Like, can't let that affect what we got in the long run.
Got you. How about you, GB?
Yeah, Drake said it. It was just a meeting, and we had to sit down as the players. Everybody left. We sat down, talked about it, and then we moved forward, knowing that it's a bigger picture in the long run, and we can't just dwell on the past. But we gotta do what we gotta do now.
Okay. Hey, if you're just tuning in, man, it's the world famous Turf Talk right here, hanging out with the one and only the Drake Jackson and the one and only GB. For all contact information, we have all the information listed in the links. And it's you know how it is nowadays. These athletes is open for any scenario. So let's talk and get these dudes what they need to get done. Coach G, you want to touch on anything? I got a million questions. I could go nonstop. I'm an SC fan, so we could do this all day. But I want to make sure we get these young men off and then time to get some sleep. But I want to make sure, I get some of these questions answered. Go ahead, Coach G.
Right. From my perspective, what I've been seeing, I've seen that I love how Dante has came in and shown there's a new sheriff in town. I even seen him going hard on Drake London on the sidelines. I even seen something where he kind of changed things up from the structure of the way you guys practice one time. And even Graham shows a little bit of creativity and a little dazzle in his play calling. So, and I feel like there's change. I feel like even Stevie Wonder could see that. And like Sam Cooke said, change gonna come. Now, I got a question for you guys. Have you guys collectively seen a change, or is everything pretty much staying the same system? Is everything pretty much the same format, or is Dante coming in and putting his footprint on this?
Definitely, you see a big change with everything, man. He's coming in and he's changing the little things that we do with, like, keeping the locker room clean, just our attire, the way we come out and practice. He makes sure that we keep the little things clean. And I said there's definitely been a big change because I feel like the old SC definitely would not have went for that 4th and 9. And you definitely see, like, wow, like, we went for that. That's crazy. That was different. So, it's a big change, and Dante's trying to do something different. So I like that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's definitely a change, and Dante let that be known that it's a change of program, and we just got to keep the same mindset. I mean, I know that I feel like we haven't took no steps off with losing Helton, but it's just been elevation and a change of mindset.
Okay. I want to, we've been talking like serious a little bit. I want to make sure we give y'all a little fun, hang out with y'all a little bit. I want to know, like, from both of y'all, who's somebody that you met that you never thought you was gonna meet, like whether it's a player, professional, or even a USC, like a legend, like because I met him, Willie McGinnis. Never met Reggie Bush. I went Willie McGinnis. I never thought I'd meet him. Darnell Bing. I mean, a couple of them. But who's some people that you guys, met, whether it's at a game or whatnot, and it just meant something to you, like, dang, Dad, you know who I just talked to or who I just met? Gary, you can go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, like Juju coming back. But there's a lot of guys that come through, like even Taylor Mays is on our schedule now. So, I mean, it's just a lot of dudes that come around, like dudes like that I just look like, man, I remember seeing y'all playing college, making plays.
Yeah. Drake, how about yourself?
I would have to say me seeing a bunch of top dogs, Chris Claiborne, Willie McGinnis. I got to talk to Reggie Bush on the phone. Who else? Lindell White, just people like that, like all the old SE greats just coming back and shedding their light right back on us, and like just to see how much like they still live that Trojan love, that's crazy to me, and can't wait.
Yeah, one more player that I've seen was Troy. It was kind of crazy seeing him.
Yeah,
coming back to the game and stuff like that.
Troy Polamalu definitely is definitely Coach. Hey, if you don't know, Coach Deshaun Burns just checked in. I don't know if he's turned his video on. Coach Jackson, you want to touch on anything? Who Coach Jackson? I know you had a chance to meet players while you was there. Who's somebody you met, Coach Jackson? I know you ain't a fan like that, but I know somebody that touched your heart.
Man, my number one player, man, and favorite SC player of all time is my son, bro. So
hey, that's how it's supposed to be. Come on, Coach. That's how it's supposed to be.
My son, it excites me, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all.
I can walk through the crowd, man, and people act like I'm him. You know what I'm saying? And everybody want to take a picture with me. So yeah, my son is my exciting hero to see.
hey, like I said, I'm a fan of both of them. So whenever I'm watching the SC game, I'm watching 99 and number 1, 14, 44, all the Centennial boys. But we just had Coach Burns check in. Coach Burns, how you doing today?
Sorry, late. I will talk.
You got that future voice going on right now, Coach. You got that mumble. Coach Burns know about that. He be bumping in the car.
Hold tight. No, I'm in the elevator. Hold tight.
Okay. Coach Burns, you're a SC guy. Go ahead and give him the resume. Coach, what year was you down there playing down with the Rocket?
Stop playing, man. Stop. Go ahead. I'm 88 to 93, man. Fight on. For Atlanta forever. Yeah, 88 to 93.
Coach Burns down there with SC out of Rubidoux. Rubidoux, right, Coach? Did I get that right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. The Falcons, baby. The dough.
Yeah, go ahead.
Home Saturday night. Ryan Knight. Choke Bucks. Jerome Tyler. We had some good ones. George Ward,
Got you, Coach. We out here.
Yeah.
We're just chopping it up with Big Drake and GB about the last game that they went through at Washington State. It was good to see them bounce back after what happened. How do you feel about like something like that as a coach, where like the situation where the coach gets fired and then they have a big win? GB has a good game. Drake has a good game. Talk a little bit about what your experience as a coach is seeing that, like the importance of bouncing back, and moving on or whatnot. You play for the jersey, not for the coach.
The business is fickle, man. It's funny. So, and it's real volatile, and I think it was good for our boys, to understand that no matter what, the game still has to be played, right? You make the adjustments, you got to knuckle up and throw. And so that's what they did. They found a way to knuckle up and throw. and play hard. And sometimes people put a lot on playing for a coach or playing for this. At the end of the day, you got to play for the dude next to you in the dirt, man, with his hand in the dirt. So that's what it looked like. Guys began to play for each other and understand that there's a legacy that came before them and a lineage of how we got to play the game. He starts seeing some tough, gritty football. So I saw guys playing for each other. And if the catalyst was maybe there's some fire in Coach Dante and guys might feel that, then it is what it is. However, playing for the dude next to you that's in the trenches or out there lined up with you, that is what we saw. Because once again, the game is volatile and there's a lot of switches, man. Things happen. Guys get let go. Guys get in the portal. I mean, it's crazy. It's the Wild Wild West nowadays. So finding your why is really important. And I think the guys began to find that this weekend.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to the SC program moving on. And, you know, especially young GB out there growing with the program. Drake looked like he on the, you know, he on that plane. He can exit whenever he's trying to exit right now, that plane on that trip. So, Coach Burns, any questions you got for the boy, young men? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know you're a SC fan. You pay attention. You down there at the Coliseum, behind the scenes. Anything you want to ask them or talk to them about?
Who do I mean, I don't know who's on. I kind of got on late, so I don't know.
We got Drake and we got GB.
Oh, hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, congratulations, man. Keep fighting. From an old head, an old Trojan to some young Trojans. Listen, man, there's a lot of dudes watching. There's a lot of dudes watching. And we do a lot of talking. And understand the colors that you wear. Understand who wore them before you. So the number that I wore in school was 26. That was worn by the dude by the name of John Arnett. I'm sure you guys should know who John Arnett is. So I had a chance to meet Mr. Arnett. And he sent me an autographed picture of him in a jersey. He was like, hey, it's an honor for you to wear my jersey. So that meant something. It wasn't just I'm trying to be here and be flat. Like I'm wearing John Arnett's number. So understand that there's guys before you that came and put it down. Shoot, GB, I don't know if you've spoken to Double J1, John Jackson. I don't know if JJ's had a chance to interview or talk to you yet, but he probably will.
Yeah, I met him before.
All right, so you met Double J1,
Yeah.
co-receiver. Good seeing you too, young fella. You didn't grew since 6th, 7th grade.
Likewise.
Yeah, but Double J1 wore that number. Dude by the name of Larry Wallace wore that number. So dudes in wore it. And they wore what? Jerome Tyler, a big-time safety, wore number 1. Right? There's some guys that wore ours. And, you know, there's some other guys, a receiver prior to JT wore it. So there's a lot of tradition, man. There's a lot. And we don't take it lightly. Like, if you put them colors on, you got to be a soldier. Mr. Jackson, Mr. Drake Jackson, go out there and be a monster, be a savage, man. Go in and handle your business. Everybody gets slapped. Everybody gets slapped because you are representing them dogs in the trenches, man. You know, we always have somebody. We're known to have dudes in the trenches. So go out there and represent. There's no such thing as being tired. There's no such thing as being hurt. That don't happen. That don't happen. And you're embarked upon something too, my man. You know, that I believe, obviously, you know what's out there in the horizon, but the here and now is what's important. I think we've met. I know I met your father. Hey, Coach Jackson, how you doing? I know we've met. Is big Coach Gary on here also?
Yeah, Coach Gary's on here as well, Coach.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? So it's a long lineage, right? A lot of discussions, a lot of behind it. So I think I saw Coach Jackson and Gary when Arizona played SC in Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We talked up there about a little snack bar or whatnot. I'm torn, you know, but my kid's over there. And, you know, we had our discussions. We kept those things off the deal, but you know what it is, right? So from an older head to a younger heads, that lineage is important, man. Hey, them colors are important. Dudes get knocked out over them colors. So, and we're not playing. The old heads are not playing. Like, they're serious. So there's a brand of ball we expect to see that we just expect to see it.
Yeah.
We SC, man. We SC. We
Yeah.
nasty, grimy, and physical. We SC.
And
So y'all got to.
I think I think
Go ahead.
I think Drake and young GB definitely represent those colors right, man, and make us proud. As far as their work ethic and their mentality and their and in the community is something I've seen them both do, and I've seen them both working out on holidays. So I think that's what Coach Burns is talking about is deep, man. These young men on this interview wasn't given anything. They went to go take it all. Coach Burns, I want to talk to you a little bit about your son transitioning from the University of Arizona to the Jags. Just talk a little bit to Drake and young GB about the mentality that you helped your son with. What I'm saying, as far as getting him ready to go to the league and him making it to the league.
It's a business, man. It's a business. It's not for games.
Yeah.
And everything counts. So my discussion with him early on, I'm more ecstatic that, and hear me, fellas, I'm more excited that my son has graduated and is debt free and has a piece of paper from a fine institution, and that he is embarking upon chasing a journey, and he's in the 1%. I don't care how he's there, he's in the 1%. But what is more important to me is that he's graduated and that he left the game without owing the game anything. And so in that process, we talk about discipline and we talk about a savage mentality. And it's playing ticked off. It's practicing ticked off. It's studying ticked off. It's nobody is free and clear of getting the smoke. Like we need it all. And everybody is going to get touched. So as he progressed, he really kept his nose clean during college. His social media is not big. He's not big on that. He's not out there flashy and flossing, and he don't care about likes. His football IQ is really important. So as he emerged, and began to work for the draft, he was blessed to have some people around him. And I think you guys have the same opportunities. There's people that can mentor you that have been some greats. And I know a few, and you know the deal. So it's nothing to reach out. Trojans take care of Trojans.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in doing that, my son was blessed to be around the likes of the Darryl Greens, the Champ Baileys, the Bruce Smiths, the LeVar. From a young age, it's just growing up seeing that and seeing how we work and doing stuff when nobody else is looking, doing stuff on the weekend. He's not going to the parties. There's stuff that he was doing that was a grind. And then when he got into school, he understood that he had to be a pro.
Yes, sir.
And being a pro is not being a pro football player, it's being a professional human being, being a pro.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying he wasn't a teenager. I'm not saying he wasn't in college. I'm not saying he hung out. But Dad never knew about it. I didn't know about it. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. And the people I talked to in the community or I might run across, none of his coaches could say anything of that nature. There was no smudge on him. Right? And as you began to go, I can't tell you how many letters I got or questionnaires, me being his coach in high school. And then now the pro teams want to look at him, and those questionnaires come in, and very little is about football.
Yeah.
Very little is about football. It's all about your character. And then when it's time to go, it's time to go because you get one shot at this. So Mr. Drake Jackson, when time allows and it's there, dude, make sure your camp is good. And the right camp ain't always the right camp. The right camp ain't always the shiniest camp. You got to make sure that the camp you in, they're about knuckling up, man. They're about knuckling up and going after it. And little G, Gary Bryant, as you continue growing mature in this, once again, keep your circle tight, man. And you don't need a bunch of hanger-oners. You don't need a bunch of people that's going to gas you up and tell you how awesome you are. You need some folks to tell you, hey, man, you got to tighten up on this. You got to work on this. We need to be here. We need to be there. And then you yourself have to ask yourself, what am I doing it for? Like, do you really love football?
Yeah.
Like, do you really love it? And if that's the case, then you perform like that. Because guys that are playing that do it for a long time, they love the game.
Man, if you just turned in as Turf Talk, we got Lee Drake Jackson, Gary Bryant, and Coach Deshaun Burns just checking in with us. Coach Burns, we definitely gonna have to bring you back for another show, Football 101. I want to check in with the fellas and get Coach Burns, input too. As far as Gary, I want to, and you and Drake, I know it's been a minute since you guys transitioned from high school. What's some words of advice you would give to the athletes that watch this show, the transitioning from Friday nights, like the Mickeys, you know what I'm saying? He going to Notre Dame. You got CP3 over there at Rancho. He's going to Fresno State or Nevada. So what's some words of advice that you would give them as far as the transitioning from high school to college that you learned and maybe you would have went back and did a little bit better, or things that benefited you that you did? GB and Drake?
I would say trust in the process, with everything that comes with it, the ups and the downs, because everything's not going to be smooth when you get there. And also, I would say learn how to manage your time, because it's given to you and you can use it however you want, and you got to use it for the right things in the long run. So I got to say it.
GB?
Yeah, I think Coach Burns hit it on the head, just having that mentality in every aspect. Even in high school, you got that far, played, got offers. So wherever you going, man, just keep working hard. You gonna look up and see where you at. Just know your intentions in everything you do.
Okay. Coach Burns, what's the advice you give to the youngsters that's transitioning from high school, before I turn it over to Coach Jackson, Coach G, that you would give to the youngsters? Because I know you talk to my son, mentor my son. What's the things that you would tell these kids listening with the audience we have, as far as what they need to stick to and what they need to do transitioning into college?
Keep the main thing. And know your why. If you're good, they're going to find you. That's God's honest truth. I've been at the HBCUs. I've been at the Power 5. I've been at the mid-major. If I don't bring back the right stuff, I don't have a job. So please believe I'm going to bring back the right stuff. I'm going to comb the area. So it's not about your stars. It's not about your likes or your followers. It's not about how popular, how much influencing you're doing on the ground. It's about your academics and then what shows up on that film. And I'm gonna give you a tidbit. When I make a campus visit, the first person I talk to on campus is not the coach. I might catch the janitor. I might catch the lunch lady. I might catch the parking attendant. I might play dumb. And where's the football field at? Where's so-and-so? I got a shirt on. It's University of X. They know who I'm coming to see. And a lot of people feel free to give information. And I just become a sponge and I find out. So keep the main thing, handle your business, take care of your grades academically, and be very, very mindful on social media. Be very, very mindful.
Gotcha. Coach G, anything you want to touch on?
Yeah, before I continue, I want to tell my son, I am so proud of you, the man that you have become, and I really believe in you. I can't tell you how many times I drive past the hills that we run when you were little, and it almost make me want to tear up. So I'm very proud of you, and I love you to death. And I want to say this to you and Drake. Something that I always I have my boys chat, and I think you guys should take this on. And we always say we all we got, and then the other boys that say we all we need. And I think you guys need to go with that. We all we got, we all we need. That's all you guys need. You fight for that man next to you. Fight for your colors, like Coach Burns said. I think that is so very important. And to you, Coach Burns, I think if people don't know, Deacon Burns is better known to me as the Teflon Don of X's and O's. He was an electrifying cornerback who played for the 1989 USC Trojan team, who went to the Rose Bowl. He also served as a coach for the Trojans from 1990 to 1992. This man is not just a friend to me, but a mentor, and I treasure you. And so much knowledge comes out of his mouth, and it's not his wisdom tooth. The man is the real deal. I appreciate you, and thank you for being on this show. It's all
I
love.
appreciate it, man. Good seeing
Hey,
you.
hold on, I can't let Coach Jackson get out of here without saying something because he got his son on here. I feel like we doing I mean, the only thing we missing is Simeon and Lorenzo. I feel like we're doing a Father's Day show right here. Go ahead, Coach Jackson.
Well, yeah, I definitely, and like I said, man, I'm super proud of both of the boys, but I'm definitely proud of my son too, because I seen the hard work that he put in. He's seen what it took. And I also want to thank Coach Burns for his wisdom, man. He probably don't know, but I look at him from afar and just like and emulate. I always tell my kids, man, you got to be like a sponge and be willing to absorb from anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to say I absorb from you from afar. I got an opportunity to coach with you in the All-Star game, and I didn't really coach too much. I just sat back and looked and just absorbed it, like took it in and had some stuff that I can take to my boys that I train and do for. So I definitely want to thank everybody for coming on, man.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate. I know it's late, man, but this is what we got to do to get everybody on during the day. We all running around. Hey, Drake, GB, good luck against Oregon State. Go do what you do, man. Definitely gonna have y'all check back in later part of the year. Let us know how that Pac-12 game going on, championship going on. So we appreciate you, Coach Burns, as always. I talk to you all the time, like a big uncle, like a big brother to me, man. I got nothing but love for you, man. So let's keep it going. And this is what it's all about, Turf Talk, just sitting down, talking with the community. SC Fight On. Shout out to Kerry Colbert. Hey, shout out to Sammy Parker, for Washington State, took that L this last weekend. We had to. But thanks for everybody. We'll see y'all next week, man. Appreciate it.
Can I leave him with this?
Yes, sir.
I got one to say, man. Getting knocked down is part of the journey. Getting back up and moving forward is a choice. Let that sink in. Always think about that.
Hey, it's Turf Talk right here. Coach Burns, we're going to have you back, man.
Fight on.
My pleasure, man. Fight on. I appreciate you, boys. Thank you.
Sir. Have a good
Thanks
night.
for having us.
No problem. Thank you.